morning, everybody. We're going to get started with our PLC on today. It is time for us to get into the game, so our focus today is on team ready and what we need to do to make our touchdown. So, in order to get through today's game, and before we go in, we working. It is Roselle versus Team Ready. We know that Roselle versus Team Ready. So, who's on our team? We got everybody in the house. We're gonna do a team shout out real quick to make sure we know who we have on the space. Send an agenda on your table today, and there are some materials that you'll be getting that you'll be taking with you as we go through the facilitation process today. So I want to introduce my team on this morning. Of course, I am your coach, but we got Miss Brewer in the house as the referee. And then I have two assistant coaches that will be helping me on today, Miss Bags and Miss Summers. And you are the quarterbacks.
Hey.
Yes, you are the quarterbacks, and you play a vital role in what we need to do to get to our touchdown in this year's Team Ready. So we have a little game twister that we're going to play with you first. There's a buzzer on each table. Now you get to chat through it, but whichever team hits it first, we got to see if you know the right answer. And if you have the right answer to these questions, then we'll give you
doorbell. With the doorbell.
All right, let's hear it. Here we go. I only want a fair game. No cheating. Everybody be safe. Nobody gets injured today. All right, here we go. What are the 4 student performance levels for 10 Ready?
talk it through. Each team see if you know the 4 performance level.
Like what do they get? What do they score? What is the name of it? Oh, proficient. I don't hear a buzzer.
You got a bug. Okay, go ahead. Whose sound was it? Let's hear your sound so we know what sound we. Okay, we heard that one. What sound? We heard that sound first. Okay, hold on. Try one more time. We'll say the question. We'll run.
Okay, here's the question. What are the 4 student performance levels for 10 Ready?
That was tight.
Harper did hit it first.
Advanced, proficient, non-proficient, and basic.
Is that correct?
Incorrect.
That is incorrect. Team 2, do you have it? What is it?
Okay, so.
Advanced, proficient, approaching.
But they don't call it advanced.
Oh, okay. Exceeding expectations.
Okay, that's one.
Yes.
That's one.
Yes.
That's
Exceeding
one.
expectations. Meeting expectations. Below expectations.
Yes. So that's 3.
And approaching.
Approaching. Excellent. One more for the team. Okay. One more for them. Okay.
No, that's not. All right. Here we go. You ready? Somebody got a hand on the buzzer that's ready. What are the scale scores for students to score level 1? So that's below basic. Some people receive this information at the beginning of the year. Some people receive this information Monday. Some people came to my office and I had to run copies for them again.
Talk it as a team. Talk it as a team. You can talk.
What are the scale scores for students to score level 1?
Okay, Blaine.
200 to 300.
That is correct.
For your subject.
For your subject. For your
For
subject.
science. For
Yeah,
science.
For science. Okay.
Alright, are we ready?
What is it for ELA?
Do we have an
Yeah, I'm
ELA?
not ELA.
I thought you went for ELA.
I did.
Oh.
I got everybody their appropriate papers.
I thought that was
I just
So you need
I didn't
your
get the
homework.
blueprint.
Well, Glenn, you get that point, so it's 2 points for y'all. What is y'all buzzer?
You
sound?
won't break that.
The
Doorbells.
doorbells, okay?
I thought that was
2 points for the doorbells. Here we go,
You
these
got the
questions.
overview. too.
Alright, so then,
Oh, okay.
okay, can we move on past scale scores? Okay. Alright, blank. These items are identified with 4 answer options and only 1 correct answer. What is that?
multiple choice.
That is
Excellent.
multiple choice. Good
Yes.
job, good job. Right, I think we have 2 and 2, right?
Yeah.
2 and 2.
Tiebreaker.
Okay.
We got 2.
2 more questions.
Oh, okay. Okay.
These items are identified with more than 4 answer options and multiple correct answers.
Grease it is
What's
right.
select?
All right, 3 points for this team, okay?
Okay, 3 and 2. All right, so this is the last one. If the math and science team get it right,
They off.
if the ELA and social studies team
They do
get
right
it, then it'll be a tie. All right, here we go. These items are identified with 2 parts, where students are asked to respond to part A and then part B.
What's the step?
You didn't let her finish it.
Yes, sir.
Okay, go ahead.
The multi-step?
Multi-select.
Multi-select?
What's the answer?
Multi-select, multi-step.
She's an A and B.
They're not, no, it's not multi-select.
Oh, yes, it is.
I thought it was just one.
It's with a C.
ELA?
Constructive response.
No,
That is a very good, yes.
But that's not it.
That's not
that's
it.
not it. Nobody knows?
Like, I didn't even know this
We
one.
don't know that.
Okay, it is a composite question because it has
Oh, my
part A and
God.
Oh, I wanna do that, man.
Because they always call them part A and part B questions.
Right.
Yeah, that's
There
right.
you go. I'm like, she's saying the answer.
I know, it's part A and part B, right?
Okay.
All right, so Dr. Hines has to make the call. Who won the game?
We had 3.
So they had 3 and they
Just stay
had
on
2, so
focus.
y'all won.
Stay on.
So we're going to get started this morning. I'm going to give you the Roselle 10 Ready Playbook before I let you get started. What you do need at this time is your AMO sheet that I put on your desk on Monday morning. You'll need that in the activities that you'll be doing today. And then our assistant coaches are going to lead each group. So Ms. Banks will be leading ELA and she'll be using this board to do some guiding questions. Yes, you'll put all of this in your red folder, cause that'll be your TCAP playbook, okay? It's funny. It's not bad. Yeah. It's funny. I have to stay for everything. Okay? Alright, so referee, where are we on the agenda? We gotta be making sure we stay on target.
We have completed Are You Ready, 10 Ready, Are You Really Ready? Give me 5 report status.
Okay.
And you have identified the lineup.
Okay?
And so now we're off to the kickoff. We need to do the analysis of standard weights.
Okay? So, before we do that, everybody have your AMR papers. Show me your AMR papers. And then make sure you got that ready, okay? Y'all got it? You got it? Okay. Don't see you don't have any of them. Cause let me give her one. Everybody who's texting has, okay. Good job, okay? So my assistant coaches, come on down. We're gonna talk through some processes and what we need to get through. All right? Let me make sure I'm on the right one. So you're doing, turn with me in your playbook to the quarterback. We're on the quarterback. Okay? The assistant coaches will give you instructions about the quarterback. Begin.
Alright, so I need y'all to turn your book to page 3 of your playbook.
So yeah. It's on the next page.
There are 14 word cards that identify with the role and responsibilities of a quarterback. I need you to read the story and place the word cards on the chart provided in order of how you think the story is to run. As a team of 2, you will
There are
have 5 minutes
14
to solve
word
this problem.
cards that identify with the role and responsibilities of a quarterback.
Okay, y'all need to
Read the
read it.
story
Read
and
it.
place the word cards under the chart provided
There are
in order
14 word
of how you
cards
think
that
the story
identify
should
with the
run.
role and
As a team,
responsibilities of a
2 or
quarterback.
3, you have 5 minutes
Read
to
the
solve
story and place the word cards, these right here, on the chart provided in order of how you think this story is to run. As a team of 2, you will have 5 minutes to solve this problem.
What we put on?
You
have to write it.
Who's writing on my list?
You was gonna put it in here in the order. That's the thing, we're gonna try to see which team has the right order.
I think I'll
And
put
I
it
got
up here.
tape to put it on there.
Tape, he give me tape, okay.
Each one of us has cards.
When the quarterback is tackled behind the line of scrimmage.
Are we doing it in sets?
Or two.
Two and two? Okay.
Is that the
So they need two sets of the cards or?
No, you're doing it as a table. So is this is the group and this
It's a group. Okay, it said two. Oh, that's what I was asking. Okay. So y'all on 10. So this one set. Yeah. So they put it in order.
Okay, let's keep going, and then we'll continue. Which place? Oh, okay.
So this friend is
No, I was gonna put the tape up here so they can.
Go ahead.
Where you at?
So what's it called?
Okay, so we have national center, and then we have center. So that's center.
You gotta be like
Anyways, they're responsible for trying to gather, is it a throw? Throw the ball downfield.
second was success.
Throw the ball downfield to an eligible receiver. Additionally, the quarterback can run with the football himself as part of a designated play. Like that an option run? What is that?
Y'all got time for us?
We do.
You got it. You think you got it?
You got tape?
I was trying to get it on. Go ahead. You can just stick it right.
It's on the fourth one. It should be the fourth one. It should be the fourth one. That's the fourth one.
Referee, give us, 3 minutes on the clock, make sure.
3 minutes on the clock.
3 minutes on the clock.
I should have voted that.
Oh, you already started. I ain't know you
You
did
started
that.
again.
Okay, you had already said so far. Okay. You rolling your finger again?
My vote.
Always.
I wish he would act out. I don't know what's going on with him. He don't get no behavior. It's just he's off. Jeremy Brooks, he's smart when he's off. Him and Matthew.
20 seconds.
Who's from the play? Full day.
What's done?
Stay in on personal.
10 seconds.
You want some credit?
We done.
3, 2,
time. Okay. Yeah, they still waiting on there, so.
I can't cut tape and all this at the same time. I'm a little.
Clay is what?
Y'all wrote it on your paper?
The center.
Well, no, yeah, but that's, I need it. Okay, yeah, you're right. Yes. She's on Tuesday, so because.
Pass it out. And then this is called.
Person, you wrote it down?
Snap.
No, we had them all.
Oh, okay.
The snap.
We
The
should have
tape
probably
is-
should have wrote
Center.
them all.
She's trying to put that with that paper. She's in, aftercare.
The snap.
One person, since y'all can help me with this tape.
Pay attention to the
Yeah, you speak it on something. You speak something, you'll see it.
halfback.
So we can go ahead, we can read it. We'll read it based on what they say. See how many paragraphs.
Addition to quarterback run. Designated play like.
So you want the table to read theirs out loud? Let them read theirs out loud first, and then we'll read the answers, the correct. You gotta read.
I'll read. 1 minute, everybody, 1 minute. The game ends in 1 minute, or the play. That's the play. Okay, we ready? All right, so let's hear, what's y'all team again?
We the Stimmies.
The Stimmies, and what's y'all team again? What's the team?
We the great comprehenders.
Okay, the great company. The Stimmies, go ahead and read what you think is right.
In modern American football, the starting quarterback is usually the leader of the offense, and their success and failures can have significant impact on the fortunes of their team. When the quarterback is tackled behind the line of scrimmage, it is called a sack. Before each play, we will usually gather the rest of the team together in a huddle to tell which play the team will run. After the team is lined up, the center will pass the ball back to the quarterback. This process is called the snap. Usually on a running play, the quarterback will then hand or pitch the ball backwards to a half or a fullback on a passing play. The quarterback is almost always the player responsible for trying to throw the ball down to an eligible receiver. Additionally, the quarterback may run with the football himself as a part of the design play like the option run. The quarterback should make an impromptu run on his own called a scramble to avoid being sacked by the defense.
Do they have it?
Yes.
How much accuracy do they have?
100%.
What about you, Ms. Bay, based on your list?
Huddle play, center, snap, halfback, fullback, row, option run.
100%. So we scored a play. All right, good job, everybody.
We are ready.
Now answer those two questions at the bottom. Based on what you just observed, what facts can you gather with the role of the quarterback? What can you gather with the role of the quarterback? And then the next question says, how can you compare the role of the quarterback to your responsibilities as a teacher? Because you are officially the quarterbacks for Roselle, for Team Grady.
I'm the guy that sits up in the box with the headset on.
Yeah.
Calling the plays.
Yeah, make sure I get it.
I see.
I don't have pretty handwriting at all.
I got it over there.
All right, Mr. Green, share what you came up with.
What facts can you gather with the role of the quarterback? I said he's the motion of the team and he sets the team up for success. How can you compare the role of the quarterback to your responsibility as a teacher? I said I must be ready to do option runs and throw audibles at any given time.
I like that. Miss Henson, what you come up with? Oh, we come back to you. Miss Spicer, you ready? Miss Harper ready? Go ahead, Miss Harper.
Quarterback must assist the team to ensure success. The quarterback must understand that every player is equally important to the team's success. The teacher must assist the team to ensure success. The teacher must understand that every student is equally important to the school's success.
All right, Miss Woodson.
Answer to the first question, the quarterback serves as a leader, facilitator, and influencer. And the answer to the second question, I'm the leader, facilitator, guide to pushing students and making sure they have the necessary tools to successfully play the game. In other words, pass the test.
Okay. Miss Glenn. You got
The
same?
quarterback is the leader and is held responsible for the successes and failures for the team. I am responsible for ensuring my students are equipped and ready to perform always. I am their quarterback.
Okay, Miss Johnson and Miss Spicer.
The quarterback is the leader of the team that basically call out the plays and must be prepared to adapt to the plays as he see fit. The teacher is also the leader of the team that guides the students to success.
Miss Spicer.
The quarterback is the leader. The quarterback also has to work as a team, whether it's working with the students or working with other teachers or working with admin. The quarterback can change up things if they see that it's not going in the right direction. The teacher has that autonomy to change up things if they see that their class is not going in the right direction.
Excellent, excellent. All right, so with that being said, you are set and you know your role and responsibility for us to make the touchdown. Now, look at what's on the next page, making that touchdown. Our referee is going to come up real quick to talk about these quick data things. It's coming. Don't. Yeah, it's all going to go in your playbooks. That's something you always have so you know when your team ready. All right, so on the page, what page is it in your playbook? Page 4. Page 4 in your playbook. It says, making the touchdown. What is our AMO target?
All right, for ELA, the AMO target is 38.3%. 38.3% for ELA.
Where am I writing that?
I just,
Yeah,
yeah, but I'm fine.
it's 38.3% for ELA. So ELA right there in there on page 4. 38.3%.
Okay, that's for ELA.
Uh-huh.
So for
Math teachers.
it is 24.2%.
Uh-huh.
24.2%. And for science, it is 27.5%. 27.5 for science.
Okay.
All right, so the next question says, my AMO goal is,
No, I'm saying we got to. We have to.
Oh, yeah, you have 2. Yeah, some of you have 2. Yeah, because I have 30 and 4.
yes, but overall it's 24.2.
Oh, yeah, for all
Yeah.
of the grades. Yeah, okay, so, okay.
So what does this mean for
need to
me
add
and my
this to
grade level?
So your grade level goals. That's
Alright.
what she's saying.
So grade level goals, for 5th grade, your grade level goal is 37.5%, and that equates to 13 students.
For
ELA.
ELA. That's
Lord,
what
find me now.
So
For
this
4th
is
grade,
your overall for the school, and then this is your grade.
4th grade ELA is 35%, and that equates to 10 students. 3rd grade ELA is 42.5%, and that equates to 11 students.
So you said.
Okay, you good? Okay, all right, math, 5th grade, you need 30%, that's 10 students. 4th grade math is 25%, and you need 7 students. And 3rd grade is 25%. So it'd still be 25%.
Yeah, because you were saying football grade.
All right, science, 5th grade science, 27.5%, and you need 10. grade science is 25% and you need 7. And third grade is 30% and you need 8.
Correct. All right, excellent. Thank you, referee. So with that being in set, you know your AMO target students, correct? Because you got it in your packet and you have it in your book. All right? Yeah, because you already did the pre-work. You had to come to the table with your AMO students in mind. So we're talking through frameworks for the next few things. It's looking in your packet that we gave you at the beginning where it's talking about the weighted percentage of your thing. Look at that sheet so you can kind of study the test and know what you're looking at.
Our blueprint.
Your blueprint. We gave you a blueprint paper. Take a minute to go through your blueprint papers. And our assistant coaches are going to lead you with the guiding questions. Because you have a copy for your red book. I know you got copies. They want to stay in your red book so you know what's going on. Knowing that who are your players and how close they will be on your weighted standard. Right now, we're just going to focus on identifying the most weighted standard. This is page 6 in your playbook. That's what we're working from, page 6. Based on that, write down your most weighted percent of your test based on your blueprint. So you'll know what is the heaviest hit you know they're going to get for the question.
So write them.
Just write that one down. And you got time. We'll focus on tracking how they're going to get ready, but right now we're just introducing you to the weighted piece. So you'll know what that needs to be, so you know that focus point. The weighted one, and then those standards that need to be addressed. Those are the only things you need to write down for today. And then on the back side, it asks you for the least weighted, and everything else falls in between. So you know what hits most and what's the least amount. Mm-hmm. So math, what is the heaviest weight?
For 5th grade, it's fractions and measurement.
3rd and 4th grade? Fractions, okay. ELA?
Reading,
Okay. What about 5th grade? Same thing? Okay, so it's equal weight. What's the least weight? What's the least amount of weight in the work? Writing? Writing, okay, conventions? Mm-hmm. And what about math for 5th grade? What's the least weight?
Number relations and pairs.
Okay, and Miss, what's it?
What data will you use to evaluate whether your planes are moving to the goal?
All right, what data will you use to evaluate whether your plays are moving? What data will you use to evaluate whether your plays are moving to the goal?
No, I'm saying she's gonna put third on one. So my standards go there for third.
I do need another one. No, it's front and back.
It's front and back.
That's the least weighted on the back.
Oh, yeah, we need one for each side. I just want to. No, we're different over here.
Based on, question 2, based on what you have learned, how would you rank the importance of how you will teach the standard?
The weight, blueprint, T-cap blueprint.
Highest to the least weight.
Number 3, how are your
Based on what you have learned, how would you rank the importance of how you will teach the standards? Based on what you have learned, how would you rank the importance of how you will teach the standards?
So it's a good selection.
How would you rank the importance of how you will teach the standards?
based on your assessment, rank the importance of your standards on your worksheet from least to greatest.
We need one for 3rd grade.
It's the same.
It's the same one.
Roll Right, we'll take a while, right? I got you.
Did you send it to me?
When they get through.
Yes.
I need fourth grade science. I got third grade science. I need fourth grade.
I made it, but he revised it, and then he give the answer.
He said he wanted.
No, I need y'all to read.
How are your exit tickets and Tennessee ready questions?
He revised it.
I'll be with you. Friday, we're gonna have to go here today. So the week of 10. It's a bit stress.
Both. The most one.
Your most weighted and your least weighted.
From least to great. Based on your assessment blueprint,
One, the
rank
front,
the
most
importance
is
of
back
your
is least.
standards on your worksheet from least to greatest. Based on your assessment blueprint. Rank the.
These ones all day.
They ought to be able to do that.
Oh, y'all crazy.
You switch from one day, I teach us.
It's not free.
Yes, it is.
That's what I'm saying.
It's not free.
It's called what?
Khan Academy.
It's real good.
Kids watch videos.
A few summers ago.
Based on what you have learned.
How would you rank the importance of how you would teach the standards to ensure the students are prepared for the next grade?
How would I rank?
Yeah, how would you rank the standards?
They have certain skills on there.
Are the standards like?
Math is very helpful. So like my kids, they enjoy that. They sit there and.
How would you reword that question for them?
What's the question?
Based on what you have learned. Based on what you have learned, how would you rank the importance of how you would teach the standards?
Oh, so look at your blueprint and see like what the standard breakdown is for them. That's what you need to look at. What is the weighted percent?
Based on what you have learned, how would you rank the
Look in
importance of how you would teach the standards?
That's what you look at.
Ensure that students are prepared for success.
I would teach it to the test.
So look in that blueprint. Be focusing on the TCAP writing and how the encore classes play a role in TCAP writing. Everybody else's was on their grade level base. 3-5 had a PLC today on their grade and looking at their students, and then K2 had a different PLC on strategics on how they can build kindergarten to make that connection so second grade can be ready. I feel it is very helpful for us to not wait till the school year start to start identifying our bubble kids. So today I changed that focus. I'm making kindergarten start so we can always meet our 5 goals.
Game today. No ugly, no extra, no hits below the belt. We're gonna do this right. All right, so here are our questions. What are the 4 student performance levels for 10 Ready? What do they get? What do they score when they get their scores? What is it called? The 4 levels. You know, we have the red, yellow, green, and blue, but what are those called?
Below expectations, approaching, meeting, and exceeding.
Yes, what was the first one you said?
Below expectations.
I love it. Below, approaching, meeting and exceeding expectations. Those are the names. Oh, he ran out of here. All right, hit your buzzer. Let's just make sure it works. All right, so you have to come up with a team name now. What would you like your team name to be?
The Mahomes.
The Mahomes. I love it. I love it.
Sure.
Innovators.
Fill in the blank.
Nope, there's no fill in the blank on TikTok.
Essay.
No. Well, you can describe it.
Read the question again.
Is it like when you choose all of the above, or A and E, or multiple choice? Right there.
Because it has
Multiple option choice questions.
It
I
has
don't know the
multiple
name of
answers.
it.
Right, it's called multiple select.
Multiple select.
Multi-select.
All right, I'm like, I know what it is.
Multi-select.
Identify with the role and responsibilities of a quarterback. Read the story and place the word cards. We will place the word cards on the chart, provided in order of how you think that this story should run. As one team and the second team, you will have 5 minutes to solve this problem. Ms. Brewer, or her lunch. is
I
served.
am got the timer started right now.
All right.
Everybody has their story.
So everybody has a
word
story
cards.
and your word cards.
Here's your
You're
word
reading
card.
the word cards from the board, and you're filling in the blanks on your paper. But you can what does the quarterback do, and what is the quarterback's role? And then 2, now that you know you are the quarterback, how does it impact you in your class? Because whether you think about it or not, you may be an on-court teacher, but your role has an impact on what our final score is at the end of the year. And the game starts now. We know how many days we have the 10th grade?
44.
No, not 44. It was 44 2 days ago.
42 then.
Yeah.
What facts can you gather with the role of the quarterback? The quarterback is the leader of the team.
Write that down. All right. And then the second part.
You want to do both questions?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. How can you compare the role of the quarterback to your responsibilities as a teacher? As a teacher, I'm the facilitator of the knowledge for the team. So the quarterback gives that same knowledge in the play.
Mm-hmm. And so what would that look like in the dance class or with Kappa? How would that impact them?
Okay, for me, so especially since we're talking about writing and literacy, my dancers are gonna have at the end of this, they actually have a culminating project where they're gonna be writing, doing research and writing a report on chosen dancer or dance company celebrating African Americans in dance, and then they're also gonna give an oral report on it as well, and then have something on display. So they're passing the knowledge on. They're the little quarterbacks under me.
Excellent. Miss Wynette, what you got?
So, we're learning right now about mathematicians as part of our portrait study. And so they're having to do research on the particular mathematician. I'm going to combine that with a Tinker project where they actually have to create a animated, not so much animated, but a project on the Tinker platform where they are discussing or talking about the particular mathematician and how it's supposed to relate to them in developing their math success.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you. Mr. Eckhart.
So I wrote down that teachers are responsible for, well, for me, is I'm responsible for helping the students.
First question. What did you
Oh, I'm sorry. The leader throws the ball or can run with the ball. I mean, he does different.
You do run with the ball. You do throw it. You do.
We are responsible for helping students think for themselves with as little guidance as possible. So that means that we are guiding them, but we're trying to get them to think for themselves.
Exactly.
And music, the way that happens is that I give them the basics of either rhythm or, certain notes to play, and then they sit here and they have a framework where they have to sit here and improvise a certain melody or certain rhythms, and then we put it all together.
Gotcha. Okay. Good job. Miss Mason, are you ready? Oh, you still writing. Miss Howard, go ahead. I'll come back to you.
Well, the first answer, the quarterback typically has the information, decides what plays to play. And how can I compare the role of quarterback to responsibility as a teacher? So as a librarian, I know that I reinforce what's been what the teachers are teaching, mainly like they're focusing on text features
I use the resources or books and point out the text features of nonfiction books, or also instructing students on what resource to use to gather the specific information that they're looking for.
Excellent.
And I know that that's typically on the test.
Excellent. This has to go.
Question number 1, the quarterback leads the team. And number 2, we must lead the class so that they can make successful plays in doing their work. And currently, we are working on studying famous African Americans in history, and they have to write paragraphs about those famous Americans and the things that they did, and compare that to the things that they may do today to be successful. We have also been using dramatics to act it out, because it helps them to understand better the things that that person did and the things that that person went through.
Excellent. So looking at what the lineup is, what we want to do is tell you to pick a bubble group, because you teach all kids. What we're going to do is give you the list of the bubble students. These are the students you have got to make sure you're working with them on their writing skills from now to 10th grade. So I'm asking you to start examining the writing process and writing thorough paragraphs. For a second grade student must write 1 paragraph on the TCAP writing assessment. They gotta have 5 good sentences. And we're gonna give you out rubrics at this time on what each grade level is expected, because this will be how they'll be scored on the TCAP writing.
You said 5, they have to have 5 good
Sentences.
Okay.
So the second grader must write a good paragraph. 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade, a little different. The 3rd grade rubric, well, each one has a theme, so let me start with that. The 2nd grade theme, what is the 2nd grade theme? I don't have
It's narrative.
It's a narrative essay, okay?
What they're doing is they're answering questions based on a passage they read.
Yes. And then the 3rd graders have, what is it?
It's the same thing.
It's the same thing. And then the 4th and 5th grade has a little different.
Because it could be a opinion writing, it could be narrative, or it could be informational. Sorry. Now, I will tell you, over the last 3 years, it has not been narrative.
Okay.
So when you look at the writing that they've been required to do over the last 3 years, it has not been narrative. So you kind of play your odds there. Subpart 1 is always the first day, and it is 80 minutes. So they are sitting there writing for 80 minutes. So they have to read, there might be a question or two, and then they're writing the whole time.
This is 4th and 5th grade.
3rd, 4th, and 5th.
3rd, 4th, and 5th grade. And so their paragraphs have to at least be 4 at minimum. 4 good paragraphs?
Well, for 5th grade, we
5th grade is
encourage
4.
5.
Okay. 5th grade we encourage 5, but we want a 3rd grader to write at least 3 to 4 paragraphs in a good. Now, what they don't do is check grammar and spelling, correct?
As long as they can read it.
As long as they can read it.
Yeah, as long as it makes sense, then they don't hold grammar and spelling against them if they can figure it out. But if grammar and spelling interfere with them comprehending it, then it hits them hard.
Yes.
Grade
So
4 is how many paragraphs do you think on that? Or
So think for 3 through 5, just to be generic, getting them to write at least 4 paragraphs would be good. Because at least by the time they get to 5th grade, it shouldn't be none to write an extra one. If they start out in 3rd grade writing 4.
Right.
That's the thing, getting them to get that way. Because then 5th grade, we just say at this last paragraph, and then we can mechanically help them work on transitions and stuff like that. So those are easier.
3rd grade writing rubric says a paragraph, but we just need to teach them to develop it, and then they could have 1 paragraph as long as we had that good opening. We had the meat in between. I know there's tons of that. And then you had a good closing, a good wrap-up closing sentence.
So think about your strategies and how you can at least tease on the thing. I'm asking you in the next 44 days to at least start preparing students by incorporating within your content at least once every 2 weeks, so I can get some writing samples from your kids on how they're writing. But keep it on your content there. I like the idea of them writing about an art or writing about music or writing about a dance and theater and stuff like that, or researching on library and stuff, because I don't want them to get used to, okay, English is the only place I write.
Right.
Dance, I need to write too, so when you get into middle school, you used to writing a good essay, things. And so that's the whole point, like once every 2 weeks. So that will give us, if we break down the days, I think it's approximately 6 good weeks. Remember, there's a spring break coming up. And so we got 3 more weeks before spring break. And then after spring break, we have 3 good weeks and then 1 more week and then it's 6.
Are they gonna get stuff to do during spring break?
We will push the teachers to come up with some packets. Yes, some spring break packets.
And we are going to be doing a mock TCAP test next week. So we're working out some logistics so that the supports may be a little different, because we have to start teaching them in the framework of a time test and how it will run. So when we get to 10 ready, we already know the flow and it'll work perfect, okay? So there'll be some things that'll be changing a little bit starting next. Tell them about what is our school performance goal, because I don't know if everybody knows it by heart.
All right, so we're just looking at ELA since y'all are gonna be helping with writing. So our ELA goal, our AMO target is 38.3%.
They'll give them 2 essays on music right back to back, and then you haven't even prep, like, hey, give them a little more time, but start soft. Just get them in the idea of writing those paragraphs. The thing is about fluency of writing a good, complete paragraph, because we're making sure that they're using it writing across the board, okay?
Okay. Question 2, based on what you've learned, how would you rank the importance of how you would teach writing standards to ensure that students are prepared for writing?
Like, how would you go about teaching those 3 strings? That's what she's asking.
Oh, okay.
For your content area.
Well, how would I go about teaching these 3 strings?
Yeah, what she wants to know is which one would you teach first? Out of the 3, which one is your first one? Which one will be your second? Which one will be your third?
I think,
And they came up with structure.
then craft the structure.
In the order is this?
You gonna do it in the order you see it? Okay.
Because it makes sense.
It makes sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. Alright, so you do it just like you see it on the paper.
Of knowledge and ideas.
Right.
So like in April, we'll get to that little portion, right? So this month, we can focus on key ideas and
Then they
details.
can't do anything else
That's
because
right.
they gotta understand the basis,
Yes.
the basic knowledge of what they talking about.
Yes. Spot on. Alright, number
Okay,
3.
number 3. How are your exit tickets and Tennessee ready questions connected?
So for you, it's not 10 ready questions, it would be writing prompts.
Writing prompts.
And then your exit ticket would be, what would you be asking them to give you by the end of that class? Would it be, I need a great opening sentence, I need a topic sentence? Would it be a conclusion? Would it be, I need 3 details before you go? You know what? That's what they're asking. So exit tickets and then the writing. How are they connected for you?
Yes. So thinking about it in portions, Ms. Eckhart, what would you do in small chunks? What would be your first chunk?
Well, my first chunk would be what are the key ideas of.
So you're looking at key ideas. Douglas, what about you?
My first chunk would be introduction, like
Introduction,
what I did, Missy
okay.
Copeland.
Gotcha.
They see it, then we can talk about the key and
Right.
the details
Gotcha.
of what they saw.
Ms. Howard, what would be yours?
Well, the way I approach is first is the informational text that I have, and it's about writing an essay, and then I would take from that we will have the kids, I guess, write down a key idea,
I like that.
one key idea and one detail, like the information text. We'll focus on the text features of the book, and then using one heading as the key idea, and then they write one detail from.
Excellent, that's good. Art.
We've been doing that, we've been doing it, with the, artist or the mathematician that we're doing a portrait study on. After we read the book, then they have to come up with a thinking sentence about, we can call it a thinking sentence about the book, but it's based on a key idea.
Excellent.
All right, and, so they write the sentence and then they have to draw a picture that represents that key
Excellent.
idea.
Good job. So everybody then has some format in which you can impact the writing. So I love that you all are owning that work. All right, so referee, it's time for a timeout. Go ahead and call it.
All right, please help yourself to snacks and refreshments that were provided for us today to get you off on the right foot for game time. All right, thank you.
Don't